Gonna be so goddamn rich.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Gonna be fucking rich. I want my fucking money. Griffin, I want my fucking money. Yo, motherfucker. Holy shit, we're gonna be so fucking rich. Damn it, we're gonna be so fucking rich. Griffin, I want my fucking money.
You're an original,
Hey,
aren't you?
yelling, give me the fucking money. Get the goddamn money printer out.
Great. Bounty cutter.
We're gonna be so fucking rich. Get the goddamn money printer out. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. Song. Money. Money. I want my fucking money. This one. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. Money. I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. 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 I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. All right. That's enough of that. I hope everyone's having a great day. We have evidence here of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of new synthetic shares, or at the very least, tokenized stocks, basically crypto shares, crypto stocks backed by nothing, right? Short selling hedge funds were using crypto exchange FTX, Bittrex, and Binance as a backdoor to shady trading practices, illegal trading practices. And now there is a significant number of new companies doing this very thing. FTX, as you guys know, which is filed for bankruptcy, gave traders the option to trade synthetic shares and tokenized stocks, which consists of digital assets that replicate the price action of real stocks. However, under their terms, customers could redeem their tokenized stocks through FTX's Swiss operations for underlying shares if they desired. However, FTX attested that they had 10 million shares of Gamestop and 400 million shares, 425 million shares of AMC Entertainment digital tokens that were backed by real GME and AMC shares insured under CM Equity's custody. However, we have taken a look at their balance sheet, of course, as they became insolvent and found out that they didn't have any shares whatsoever. Not to mention, FTX severed ties with the custodian CM Equity in 2021, suggesting that from 2021 through 2022, there were 0 GameStop or AMC shares under the custody of their escrow agents. Not to mention, raising even more suspicion about this, FTX removed the white paper on AMC tokens from its website in late November. What we're looking at here is one of the largest cases of continued market manipulation in the history of financial markets. Before Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested, he gave an interview with Unusual Whales and answered many questions. And when asked about the tokenized shares of GameStop and AMC being backed 1-to-1, he basically said, quote, "To my knowledge, they were, but I want to get you a better answer to that question," because the guy obviously knew what was really going on. So he just deflected by saying, "To my knowledge." As you can see here, right now, there are 210 million tokens of AMC Entertainment. And with the issuance of the tokens not being outstanding in terms of their balance, shows that they have the right to redeem that many, but only about 15% of shares redeemed for AMC have been out of the 210 million tokenized shares that exist. As you can see here, Samuel Clemens on Twitter posted that they call it innovation. It's distributed ledger technology, basically a digital IOU. The custodian and collateral account in this program here is just a massive rehypothecation of the same shares over and over again to create synthetic shares and tokens backed by nothing. Check this out. This here, you can see the AMC 1230 futures captured from FTX the day they filed for bankruptcy. Look at what was happening to the stock. The video is right here on your screen. And you guys can see it very clearly. Look at the way that this is moving. AMC tokenized futures and the Wall Street Bets futures reached an intraday high of over $100,000 per token during the collapse of FTX. Bittrex claimed to have hundreds of millions of these tokens backed 1-to-1. FTX as well claimed to have hundreds of millions of these tokens backed 1-to-1. As you can see here, they were created on January 27th, 2021, and they announced it on January 28th, 2021. That means that over 100% of the float was sold to Bittrex, according to them. Another 90% of the float was sold to FTX, according to them. Retail investors owned an additional 85% of the float. Exchange-traded funds, 5%. Insiders owned 4%. Institutions owned 22%. Shorts owned another 22%. Wow. Hey, somebody get the calculator out, because that's absolutely ridiculous. And you can see here they were created on January of 27th of 2021. Here you have Brett Harrison, former head of FTX, former Citadel Securities, former Jane Street, explaining that they were, in fact, backed 1-to-1, which we, of course, we know is a downright lie.
Okay. Can the collateral shares for the tokenized securities for GME be held with a transfer agent rather than a broker?
Right. So the tokenized stocks offering, just to kind of get into that a little bit. So that's only offered on FTX.com. It's only for international users, not US users. And there is a tokenized stock offering there, which is backed by a regulated German broker-dealer.
Talking about CM Equity.
Those are fully collateralized tokens. So, for every, one token of, GME share, there's of GME token, there's, a GME share in that German broker-dealer, and people can trade those back and forth. Trading that token back and forth does not change the location of that stock. It's always with the broker-dealer. Now, you can actually onboard directly to that German broker-dealer and do a conversion of that stock to share, in which case then that broker-dealer, based on its capabilities, can handle sort of transferring that stock. But that's not something that people do often. For the most part, people are just buying and selling the token back and forth. And even though it's a very cool and exciting product, it really doesn't trade that much.
As you can see here, this occurred in January of 2023, where Brett Harrison was clearly caught lying about this. We can see here that FTX, scoot this over for you guys, FTX severed ties with CM Equity in 2021, suggesting that from 2021 through 2023, all the way up until FTX's insolvency and bankruptcy for fraud, there were 0 GameStop and AMC shares under custody of the escrow agent because CM Equity was no longer their escrow agent. Obviously, they even removed the white paper on AMC tokens, as I stated to you guys above, or just moments ago. You can also see here on CoinMarketCap that as of right now, this is not trading, but there are many others that are, and I will show that to you as well. But just for reference, you can see here that they say that FTX lists tokens on select equities. These spot tokens are backed by shares of stock custodied by CM Equity. They can be redeemed with CM Equity for the underlying shares if desired. CM Equity claims to be or says that they are a fully regulated broker in Germany and is a licensed financial institution permitted to offer such products. All FTX users who trade tokenized stocks may also have to become customers of CM Equity and pass through their Know Your Customer and compliance laws. Furthermore, all trading activity may be monitored for compliance by them, and that they custody the equities at a third-party brokerage firm. So the custodian of the custodian is the one supposedly holding these. FTX says CM Equities custodies them. Now CM Equities says that CM Equities custodies the equities at a third-party brokerage firm themselves. However, CM Equities provides the brokerage services. That's an interesting number of rehypothecations there, right? Moving the same exact things over and over again. As you can see here, excuse me, my dog's going nuts. Sorry, I had to tell her to calm down because my dog goes a little wild sometimes when she hears the kids get home from school. But again, tell me how it's impossible for there to be billions of shares, synthetic shares, to exist when in reality there should only be a few hundred million. Bittrex here claimed their total supply was 625,383,604 shares of AMC. You can see here on Business Wire that Bittrex listed Gamestop, AMC stock, BlackBerry, Nokia, and iShares Silver's Trust, SLV. So even heavily shorted precious metals, such as silver and gold, received the same treatment as the meme stocks, AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, COS, etc., Nokia. Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the many, including, that was linked to this, including crypto broker BlockFi, as well as many of the others that they're associated with. BlockFi came out to say that we are shocked and dismayed by the news regarding FTX and Alameda. We, like the rest of the world, found out about this situation through Twitter. And they said that they are not able to operate business as usual. You guys may or may not know this. Mike Barr, I don't control the ads. YouTube controls the ads. However, BlockFi, amongst FTX and many other crypto brokerages, are now completely bankrupt and insolvent because of all of the criminal actions that they have taken. You can see even Binance previously had a linked on their website. They used to offer these tokens on Binance, but not anymore. So you can see here, that's why it says currently that this coin is not listed on Binance. But they gave you, of course, exact instructions on how to buy it back when they did still offer it. Now there's new crypto brokerages offering it. As you can see here, Bittrex claimed that they were collateralized and that they also included leverage as well as long or short exposure. This is what artificially kept the cost to borrow down and allowed them to lend these shares short, or should I say lend these shares to hedge funds and market makers and other family offices and such that were shorting these companies at a lower cost to borrow. You can see here on cryptocurrencychart.com, January 27th, 2021 was the day the issuance began of Bittrex AMC shares, Bittrex AMC tokens. And as we stated on Lit Exchange's Twitter account, Bittrex shut them down on October 4th of 2022. Actually, they claimed to shut them down on August 30th, but as you can see here, for some reason, on October 4th, they traded once again. Isn't that interesting? Now, these shares didn't have to, these cryptocurrencies didn't have to trade hands because broker dealers, like, for example, IBKR, Robinhood, Webull, etc., were all able to borrow these using plausible deniability. As long as a brokerage firm has reason to believe that these are legitimate shares, it doesn't matter whether they are or not. Therefore, they can lend them out to short hedge funds at a lower cost to borrow. And they can also claim to be unaware. That food cannon, good find, my friend. You can see that they are coming out with these tokens, and they are purposefully naming them with the same ticker as AMC Theaters, AMC stock. They're calling it America's Meme Coin. And they are announcing groundbreaking partnership with memes.com. Basically, they're announcing their partnership and allowing people to buy a token supply of 34.69 trillion tokens. 34.69 trillion tokens, ladies and gentlemen. Think about how massive that number is, when in reality, there should only be a couple 100 million shares of this stock. And they're not the only ones doing it, though. Look at this crypto brokerage called Backed, B-A-C-K-E-D. That's the name of the actual company. Backed is a firm specializing in a real-world asset tokenization, and they have launched 5 new tokenized equities. Amongst these, of course, AMC, Gamestop, and even Tesla. Bittrex and FTX had billions of tokenized shares backed by nothing, proven by their balance sheets when they became insolvent, and the fact that they were no longer partnered with CM Equity as of 2021. This legally allows broker-dealers to use these tokenized securities to lend out non-existent shares to short sellers. Legally, or should I say illegally, but the brokers can do it legally under the guise of plausible deniability. Markets are fucking rigged against retail investors, especially in heavily shorted equities like silver, gold, AMC, GameStop, COS, you name it, Hycroft Mining Corporation, etc. Why are they creating new tokenized securities here? Because, of course, the ones that were offered by FTX and Bittrex and BlockFi are now gone. So they needed new ones to replace them with. And hence, enter crypto brokerage Backed. Where is the Securities Exchange Commission? Where is FINRA? Where is the CFTC? And why the fuck aren't they going after these crypto brokerages to investigate their balance sheets, to actually get down to the bottom line and confirm if they have these tokenized securities? Because as we saw with FTX, Bittrex, etc., all the other brokerages that we've discussed so far, they absolutely did not do that. They failed retail investors massively. And as of course, right now, you could even go on Bitpanda. And Bitpanda is offering tokens against AMC Entertainment. Right now, they are claiming that you can buy these tokenized securities against AMC Entertainment by signing up to Bitpanda, verifying, depositing funds, and investing in AMC as well as 3,000 other digital assets. Former head of FTX, Brett Harrison, claims they had a 1-to-1 ratio of stock for all tokens, right? Securitized tokens. And we obviously just proved with a multitude of different factors, including their balance sheet and his own testimony on live video in 2023, and the fact that they were no longer partnered with CM Equity since 2021, that Brett Harrison, in fact, lied. FTX and Bittrex combined held over 1.1 to 1.2 billion fake tokens of AMC stock that they used to borrow as locates, right? Only 516 million shares should have existed in that time. Retail investors held 85% of that 516 million share float per share count issued by AMC Theaters. And that was held by over 4 million retail investors, such as you and I. Obviously, we have proved that he is lying, and he lied about it many, many times in the past. So take a look at this, guys. AMC's actual float of 513 million. FTX had 425 million. Bittrex had 625 million. Retail investors held 85% of that, 436 million. The short interest was 143 million shares. ETFs held 25.5 million, and insiders held around 10.2 million. That is 1.665 million AMC shares, 1.665 billion AMC shares, when only 513 million should exist. Not to mention, this does not include other things that we cannot see, such as shorts that are actually marked as long positions, hence what is also known as cooking the books. It does not include total return swaps, equity swaps, tokenized securities that we do not know about, rehypothecations, ETF abuses and shorting, wash sales, ladder attacks, spoofing of the price, swaptions, married calls and puts, divorced calls and puts that create a synthetic long position, futures contracts, collateralized debt obligations, failures to deliver, other ISDA contracts, Brazilian, German, American, and other depository receipts worldwide, offshore accounts, short positions that do not have to follow SEC Dodd-Frank regulations for reporting because they only follow CFTC regulations that do not fall under Dodd-Frank. There is no reporting of short positions for offshore hedge funds, family offices, brokerages, clearinghouse, prime brokerages, and banks. That is how Archegos was able to hide their short positions using swaps from their brokerages and prime brokers via total return swaps against AMC and Gamestop to take short positions against these companies and long positions leveraged against others. When they defaulted on their other long positions, of course, Archegos went bankrupt, then Credit Suisse went bankrupt, and now UBS is left holding these legacy costs as the bag holder that still remains to close out a bunch of these positions to the tune of, we have no idea how many billions and billions of dollars. As you can see here, Robinhood was margin called in 2021 with $3.8 billion in margin waived by the DTC. The DTC board, sitting on the DTCC board is David Ings, who's also the Citadel head of operations. And Robinhood uses payment for order flow to sell your orders to Citadel Securities, who manages options and over OTC trades. Again, Brett Harrison, former Citadel Securities, now at the time was working at FTX as Sam Bankman-Fried's right-hand man, who claimed that they had one-to-one shares backed of AMC and GameStop. As you can see here, Sequoia Capital and Paradigm Capital invested $1.15 billion in 2021 into Citadel Securities, as well as $900 million in additional into FTX. Both Sam Bankman-Fried and Brett Harrison met at Jane Street before Brett Harrison went to go work at Citadel, and then they created FTX in partnership with Citadel Securities in 2021 through their investment. This then allowed FTX to create synthetic shares of AMC and GameStop to lend out to companies like Citadel Securities, allegedly. Very, very easy. Hey, Bigums, Pulsar, Wolfie, Mama Bear, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. And of course, as you guys know, both Brett Harrison and his company, Architectfi, have blocked me on Twitter, both on his personal and business accounts. This is the guy that said that their tokenized were real stocks. Tokenized shares were real stocks, when in reality, FTX held 0 shares of AMC and GameStop. Here you guys can see, this is FTX. These are the same exact people that now work at Architect Financial Technologies team. Look here closely. I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go over to their most recent post on Architect here of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sitting, of course, with right in the middle is the one and only Brett Harrison, the right-hand man of Sam Bankman-Fried. Also, I want to say congratulations to AMC Bigums on your new baby. Congratulations to you and your wife. I wish you and your family the utmost best health, and I appreciate everything you do for this community, my friend. Cheers, brother. So as you guys can see, these are the same exact people that used to work at FTX and now are working at Architect. So it only goes to show that they stick together very closely and that they were able to get away from the investigation so far by the Securities Exchange Commission and the Department of Justice. Here's Brett Harrison's LinkedIn profile showing that, of course, he was the president of FTX. Previously, he worked at Citadel Securities as the head of semi-systematic technologies, managing options, exchange-traded funds, American depository receipts, and over-the-counter technology groups. Prior to that, he worked for Headlands Technologies as senior software developer and the head of trading systems tech for Jane Street, where he met Sam Bankman-Fried. Birds of a feather, as they say, flock together. And of course, you can see here, the Security Traders Association had presenter Brett Harrison discussing the roles of machine learning and AI at one of their keynotes. I've discussed with you guys fully in depth here, AMC and Gamestop, the massive number of synthetic shares that have occurred, and how these are currently happening through companies like Bitpanda and Bakkt as well. Not to mention through 34 trillion tokens here from a company that is willfully and wrongfully using the AMC ticker to make people think that this is actually about AMC theaters, when in reality they're just calling it America's meme coin so that they can use the AMC ticker for their crypto exchange, or should I say for their crypto scam token. And then here you can see from MicroStrategy to GameStop, AMC, Tesla, and others, Bakkt, the crypto brokerage, has introduced new tokenized securities, supposedly backed one-to-one as well, and you can also find them on Bitpanda. So this is not far from over, and in my opinion, the only way that we're going to get this kind of criminality to stop is to stop supporting these kinds of brokerages that allow people to trade them. Hence, this is why we've created and are in the process of developing a new and upcoming stock and crypto brokerage firm called Lit Exchange. We launched this Regulation C and Regulation D crowdfunding campaigns last week, and so far over 165 founding investors have invested $355,000. I would like to thank every single one of you guys for your partnership, and I look forward to working with you guys in this company. You can see the offering as well as all of the other details, the business plan, the executive summary, the offering memorandum. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of pages of information in regards to how we're going to operate this company, the business plan, the marketing plan, and everything else you guys want to know on this actual FINRA-approved funding portal called Silicon Prairie. The website is up, linked right now, and it'll be down in the comments below. Make sure you guys go and check it out, because this is the only crypto brokerage in the world that is created for retail investors, by retail investors, and will be owned by retail investors as well. So I'd like to wish you, everybody, peace and wealth. Look out there, because you guys can know that only 15% of the shares have been redeemed for the 210 million AMC tokens here as well. This is not just AMC and GameStop, as I have proven to you. This is also ISLV, COS, and dozens and dozens and dozens of other stocks that exist on financial markets that are being greatly manipulated, and it has to stop. The problem is that a lot of these are outside of the reach of the CFTC and the Securities Exchange Commission, And therefore, we have to do something on our own to get away from these crypto brokerages, to stop allowing other brokerages to create new synthetic shares, to lend these out to other brokers. And the only way we're going to do that is by creating our own fucking brokerage where we can route orders directly to lit markets, to get orders out of dark pools and to avoid payment for order flow from these price suppressing dark pools. Anyways, I wish you peace and wealth, everybody. This video's already been 30 minutes long. I don't want to make it any longer. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Cheers, my friends. Oh, that's right. What does this really mean for holders? That there is a massive amount of manipulation in stocks like AMC and GameStop, silver, gold, precious metals, and other heavily shorted equities. What this means is that eventually there will be a fire sale of assets, blue chip stocks. And of course, that will lead to margin calls. Because when margin calls happen, they will be forced to sell off their blue chips. And they will be forced to cover, if not close out, some of their heavily shorted positions, as we've seen happen in the past. And that, my friends, is why the FTX futures on the AMC tokenized futures and Wall Street Bets futures as well went up to over $100,000 a share during FTX's insolvency. This happened at the moment when FTX declared bankruptcy, because all of those shares then had to be delivered. And of course, the only way for them to avoid that was to create new brokerage firms and new fake shares backed by nothing. Maybe they were initially backed by the shares of AMC and GameStop, but as what happened with Bittrex and FTX, it only took a short moment before they parted ways before the actual custodian. Again, ladies and gentlemen, cheers. I wish you peace and wealth.